I can hear you guys now. Zoom out. No, wait. Nose down. Nose down.
It's a video.
Oh, it's a video. There is pop-up video now. Pop-up video.
I can't believe I'm related to this. Hello, everybody, and welcome finally to D&D with the Banana Brothers. Please tell me you can hear me.
I mean, we can hear you.
I know, but let's just make sure everyone can hear everybody. Can everybody hear?
All right. Sound off. 1, 2.
No,
3, 4.
3, 4.
Everybody good? Can they hear us? Rylan, can you hear us? Can you hear me? What a crazy night. Apparently our Lindor just had to turn his computer off and back on again. What?
Who knew? Who knew?
All right. Before we start, let's quickly go through our announcements. Tranquil, you're first.
All right. There's something about a Teespring shop that can be found somewhere at the bottom of the screen, and you buy T-shirts that have all of our faces on it. In these little chibis.
Awesome. Art by Del Mori. Excellent. All right, Andy, who sponsors us? Talk about our sponsors.
First, of course, we are Nerdsmith.
Yes!
Nerdsmith.org is a fan-supported network of entertainers, creators, artists, and contributors. We make nerdy podcasts and Twitch streams that are free for everyone to enjoy. People that support the network make it possible for us creators to keep doing what we're doing, but they also gain access to some cool bonus content, so please check us out on nerdsmith.org. From now until Friday, we're celebrating Nerdsgiving to support Heifer International, who are dedicated to ending hunger and poverty while caring for the earth. Each donation to Heifer helps them transport food and income-producing animals, as well as provide training of how to create sustainable businesses using those animals. Please donate today at the fundraiser.heifer.org/nerdsgiving. You can also find more information, I think, down below, and also at nerdsmith.org.
If there's a link below, you can go directly, and that's on for Qyjari's Curious Crafts team. We have committed to $100, and we're only at 21, so we only have tonight to do that. So let's try to get that done tonight. If we can, please give.
Please, please, please help.
Yes.
Our adventure is also sponsored by World Anvil, which is the most robust campaign management software around. World Anvil helps DMs, writers, and role players build and showcase their world. Nerdsmith used it for Countless Heroes, which I was a part of. Uses it for Final Rites and other great shows. It keeps our worlds organized and helps us make sure we're building lush articles for lush worlds. Join us on worldanvil.com and light up the forge.
Yes.
We're also sponsored by Die Hard Dice, purveyors of the finest polyhedrals in the multiverse. They're constantly coming out with new polymer and metal dice sets in beautiful custom-designed colors. They also recently announced that they're selling a new dice tower that's leather, portable, and collapsible.
Oh, it's really gorgeous. Cool. I saw pictures of it.
They're also selling this two-sided scroll of rolling that you can use to both transport your dice, your dice tray, all at once. Check them out on dieharddice.com and roll with the best.
Yay! All right, Anchoku, going off of what Andy just said regarding Heifer, do you want to just do a quick little bit for them?
Well, here you go.
Cheers to you, my friend.
Thank you, Anchoku.
Please support Heifer International. They provide lots of cows and chickens and ducks and everything that you want to barbecue.
It's sustainable business models.
I think Ukokno was talking there, not Anchoku. Thank you so much. All right, our Lindor, you're the last one. Quick, get us through our bits.
I'm going to do it in normal voice because audio problems having a really fun time. Hey, listen, you guys can donate bits for this stream where you can actually make the adventure change. You can do 500 bits, give you a 1/8 inspiration to anyone. Please don't do it to the DM. Please don't do it to the DM. 1,000 bits gives us advantage or disadvantage to anyone. Now, I'll take a disadvantage every once in a while. Where's Rainik? Because I know he's out there.
He'll do it too. He's not afraid.
He would do it. He's not afraid. 1,500 bits is an auto crit or auto fail to anyone.
Even the DM.
You know what? Stop. And then, last but certainly not least, 2,000 bits gives any character. It says character, not DM, right?
DM. No, it could be character, I guess. Well, it could be. It could be the mob. Oh.
Okay, super. Wild magic, and we get to roll on the wild magic table for grins and giggles.
Grims and giggles, yes.
That's right.
Yes.
The link is down below.
It is. All right, real quick. Let's
merchandise.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
I'm ready.
Great take! Now, bring forth the bananas!
We are back. Hello, everybody. They were gabbing all through the whole intro, and I'm like, about to go live, about to go live, about to go live. But welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons with the Banana Brothers. Here are these four intrepid Banana Brothers, ready to continue their adventure. They have all made it to Ravenscroft. They've all made it to the Green Goblin Inn. They've all met Luli and her young bar maiden, Freesia. And immediately, Luli asked them to go on an adventure down in her cellar to kill some rats. And of course, they were very accommodating and went down the ladder into the cellar and found themselves not in Luli's cellar or really in any cellar whatsoever. They found themselves at the entrance to a rounded tower, an all-stone tower guarded by some sort of statue. They got through a couple of riddles, believe it or not, got into the round tower building, and met a young copper wormling. And they were a little confused about that, and they were constantly being attacked by some giant rats, and then some really ugly looking fiend creatures that were white and kind of globular. It's really crazy stuff. And they were still very confused about that. But they realized that the copper wormling it attacked them once, but then they asked a few questions and did a little bit of talking and made a couple of offerings, and it backed off. And they were able to climb the tower to the top and then go through the trapdoor at the very top of the tower, where they descended into a cellar full of rats. And that's where we find our intrepid adventurers when we begin tonight. Go ahead, gentlemen. What would you like to do?
I'll go off to the rats.
They are, they're not actually attacking you. They're just scurrying about like rats would in any cellar. But Luli asked you to get rid of rats in her cellar, but you found them. There they are.
Yeah.
That's gotta be the job we were tasked with.
Do they look like they're better fed and plumper rats than the last ones we saw?
Yeah, they're city rats. Well, you wouldn't know city rats, though. They're they're healthy looking.
Same kind of chittering they were doing before, or a different kind of chittering?
Make a perception check.
Nat 20.
Natural 20. Nice. Good one. They're chittering, and you hear, because of your natural 20, you hear certain words pop out that does not make sense for a rat to say. You hear things like, quickly, like very quickly, you hear, they're here, or let's go, or hurry, hide, gotta go. Just quick 2-word sentences that sounds like they're trying to escape, or get out of this cellar, or find some dark hole to hide in.
Oh, these aren't rats, these are pear rats. They can talk.
Underlay.
What would you guys like to do?
Let's kill the rats.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they told us to do a job. This sounds like the job.
All
But
right.
wait. I've got a sack with me, so
Okay.
remember, when you kill one, give it to me, okay?
All right.
I mean, we can share.
All right. I guess roll initiative if you're going to attack the rats.
Cheers to you, my friend. Thank you for the bits.
I love it. Thank you so much, Rylan. We had to put our camera on. That's fantastic.
Oh no.
Let me switch to that camera real quick, and let's pull up the wild magic chart. It is right here, the dice cam, and you're going to give it to who?
Beaufort, he said.
Beaufort. All
Yeah,
right.
Beaufort, the first time Beaufort cast the spell.
All right.
Yes.
Nice. Thank you, Rylan. Okay, well, let's do initiative first, and then we'll roll that, okay?
Can we see the rats, or are they all invisible, or is there like a...
I mean, you feel them scurrying at your feet. It's dark down there. If you have dark vision, then you can see them. And, kind of that black and white sort of thing.
I'm just talking about the map window. I don't see anything.
Yeah, nope. You're not going to see that yet.
Okay.
Nope. What's your initiative, Beaufort?
I have a 23.
Okay. Gluton?
18.
All right. Wow. Arlindor?
11.
11. Okay. Ukokna?
5.
5. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, right in order. And the rats actually go after you guys.
We did that beforehand, so the viewers could just see that we just did that on purpose.
Sure you did. Sure you did. Okay. All right. Beaufort, you're up.
Well, I'm gonna do a spell.
Sure. Well, hang on. I gotta text you a secret.
Where are the rats at?
Yeah, we're all standing on like a stone ground, and we can feel them scurrying around our ankles.
Yes, they're just. I mean, you could nudge them away, really. They're just common. They're not giant like you saw in that wizard's tower, or that that tower.
Okay, well, I'm let's see. I changed my mind. I'm gonna just draw my short sword and dagger.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start attacking.
Okay, awesome.
Let's see. 13 on a short sword.
It hits.
Ooh, 10 points of damage.
That kills
Piercing.
it. It's dead.
And then a dagger attack, natural 20.
Dead.
What? I'm gonna need a dice cam here.
That hits. You got 2 of them now.
7 points of piercing damage.
That's dead. You got 2 now. Anything else? You gonna move anywhere?
I'm gonna stay put.
Okay. All right. Gluton.
Gluton keeps his walk shield out and steps forward to get in between the rats and his party mates and takes his cleaver and takes an attack. And he rolls a nat 1.
A nat 1. You missed.
I did.
Yep. You might have missed. All right.
But he's got his shield. He's got his shield up.
Okay. You gonna move anywhere else?
Just keeping so that I'm between any rats that might attack my.
They are scurrying all at your feet.
Well, I can't do anything about that. Clearly.
I'll give you a bonus action to try to step on one. Roll dexterity.
Okay. That's a 6.
It hits.
Oh boy.
What'd you roll?
I think I do. Oh no, sorry. With the unarmed strike, it does a flat 5 damage.
It's dead. You stepped on one and you killed it.
Oh, I've got one. It's right here.
Okay, you got 3.
Can get it.
Awesome. All right.
I'm gonna collect them on my short sword and dagger like a skewer.
A shishka rat.
A shishka rat.
All right.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, I think my brother might like that.
Daros, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna cast Chalet on my staff to make it magical.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with a stick.
Okay, awesome. You killed it.
Well, I have to roll to see if I hit it.
Nope, you don't. Yeah, you killed it. Good
I
job. You gonna step anywhere?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Perhaps closer to the staircase.
There's no
or ladder.
staircase, it's a ladder.
I'm gonna go close to the ladder.
Okay, there's one near your foot. You step down, so roll dex. Roll a dex check. It hits.
I rolled a 5.
It hits. roll to take another step. You have 4. You have 4 rats.
Okay, I'm gonna take another step.
All right, roll dexterity.
I rolled a
You
15.
hit.
That's amazing. Do I do it 2 more times?
Sure.
Okay, I'll do it 2 more times. I'm gonna be dancing on rats.
Okay, very good. All right, between your dancing and Glaton's moving around, you've killed about 8 of them now. All right, so Ukokna, what do you do?
He gathers them.
Are there any left?
There's 2 left.
All right, I'll roll to attack it with my dagger.
It hits.
It hits. 2 is 4.
Yep, kills it.
All right.
You guys are doing a great job. All right, last one. What are you gonna do? You gonna try to stomp on it? You saw your brother stomping on him, dancing, in fact.
Yeah, I'll try and stomp on it.
All right, roll a dexterity check.
Hit it with your apostrophe.
7.
It hits. Autumn.
All right.
How much damage did you do?
Let's see. Damage is 3.
Ooh, that kills it. Awesome.
Wow.
You have cleared the cellar of common restaurant rats. After Daros finishes searching through his pencil cup for whatever he's looking for.
No, really. It's actually an ice bucket. I'm making me some Oganja tea.
What would you guys like to do? You're now in a rat-free cellar. Or you think it's a cellar. It certainly looks like a cellar.
Should we go upstairs and proudly show off all these rats we caught?
Yeah, 10 of them.
I think that's a good idea.
I'm sure they'll want to see him, yeah.
Okay. Who goes up the ladder first?
Oh, I will. You know, I gotta be careful, my brothers.
Okay.
I'm gonna go last.
All right. So
I'll go
Glaton
second.
climbs up the ladder, and there's a hatch, just like the door you came down. You open the hatch, climb up, and you remember this place. This is the filthy kitchen at the Green Goblin Inn, where Luli had shown you where to go to her cellar.
Lily, Frasier, we're home. Hello.
Okay. It's
We
quiet.
got the rats.
It's quiet there in the kitchen. You don't hear anything in the kitchen.
Is anything look around? I look around to see if anything's sort of waiting for it to be cooked or anything.
Yeah, there's food prep on the counters and stuff. It's just the kitchen happens to be abandoned right now.
Oh yeah, I start cutting up the carrots and the onions and stuff for the stew.
Okay, awesome. So you find just a miscellaneous pile of vegetables and start chopping them up. Some of them are a little iffy. They have some couple of brown spots on them, but you just cut around those, and you might even snack on those. You're kind of used to that.
Yeah, I snack on that part.
Sure.
That part's for me. It's
go.
it's the what's it called? The angel share.
That's the chef's prerogative, exactly. Okay, so you hear noises coming from the dining room as you all ascend the ladder. Who has the rats?
I have one on each weapon.
You have a shish kebab, a skewer, four of them on each weapon.
Just one on each.
One on each, and then the rest of you have gathered them up and put them in satchels, etc.
Yes, mine are in a sack.
Okay, awesome. And you head into the dining area of the inn, and Luli, sure enough, is there, and Freesia is there, and they're serving a couple of customers, other goblins. It doesn't look like this place really caters to anything more than just the occasional goblin to the city, but they do okay. And Freesia sees you walk in, and she kind of gives a little bit of a squeal and calls out, "Luli, they're back!" And Luli, sure enough, she's very happy. You've completed your task, and she's very, very pleased that you've cleared out her cellar.
I'm going to ask Luli if she's ever gone to a weird place down that ladder.
She says no.
Like, not the cellar.
No, she says it's just always been a cellar. Why do you ask?
I don't tell her.
Okay.
I say, well, just wondering.
She said, why? What else did you see down there?
Oh, it could have been in my head. I'm just not sure right now.
Okay, well, thanks for clearing out the rats. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
They were taking all the food.
Slide them off this one.
And she lets out a little bit of a squeal and grabs a pan, takes them back to the kitchen.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
All right, what would you guys like to do? I'm giving this over to you guys to role play it out.
Did we eat before? I mean, we had our meal before we went down the ladder, right?
Yep, you had those chickens and some moldy fruit and more chickens.
I asked Luli if I can have a scrap of old food for my dog food.
Yeah,
just like a bag of old, dog, a
sure.
doggy bag.
She says, absolutely, and she goes back into the kitchen and finds a bunch of scraps and tells you that'll be a copper piece.
Oh, we didn't just do. Oh, no, okay. Here's a copper piece.
Okay.
I thought we just did you a huge favor, but yeah, anyway.
She never said she was going to pay you for it.
Well, tit for tat. You know.
No. She took your copper piece and she
took our rats.
Slid it. She took 2 of them.
Oh, we've still got some left.
Yes, you still
and
have some.
Latone is chopping up some vegetables, right?
Yeah, and yeah, he's actually, when she disappears back into the kitchen, she makes an exclamation like, "Oh, thank you for the food prep."
Then, you're welcome.
Then she kind of yells out for Freesia.
Were we prepping food for her?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm making a stew. I don't know who's it for. I figured Sue would eat it. She usually does.
All right, what would you guys like to do?
Luli, if I could ask, a dragon once told me that you knew where my father was. Can you tell me where he is so we can go say hello?
Absolutely. He expects you tomorrow, she says.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
So
you're welcome to stay here also if you need accommodations here in
Yes, ma'am, we
Ravenscroft.
do. We would like to
That'd be
sleep
nice.
here if it's okay with you. We'd like to sleep here.
Absolutely. These are the finest accommodations, she says, in all of Ravenscroft.
Can we stay in the tower in the cellar? That'd be nice.
She looks a little confused. What tower in the cellar? Are you okay? She looks at you a little strangely.
I mean, I had some of that fruit before, but I think I'm okay. You guys saw it, right?
Oh, yes, sir, we did. We saw a tower, and there was a lion of some kind in front of it, and it made us talk about different riddles, and we had to talk. I think it was Dad.
Uh-huh. That dragon was Dad, too.
Yeah.
She looks completely confused, and she actually starts backing away from you as if you're maybe contagious.
Does this mean we can't have a room?
You can still have a room if you want.
Thank you, ma'am. We'd be happy to pay in rats.
Well, they're my
Go off
rats.
with that money.
She says, well,
Okay.
they're my rats.
Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry. We'll go ahead and pay you. I have some shrimp to give you. What color shrimp do you like?
She looks really confused. Well, I charge 4 copper pieces for a night here at the finest establishment here in Ravenscroft. So it'll be 4 of the copper pieces.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh. I open up my my little coin purse, and I look for what I assume are copper-colored shrimp, and I have a handful, not a handful, but enough out in my hand, and I show it to her, and I'm like, is this going to be enough, ma'am?
She accepts your payment and says, yes, that's fine, thank you.
Okay, what room number am I in? Because I want to go ahead and put my stuff in there, and I want to make sure the jetty is safe, and I want to go look around the town, if you don't mind.
Okay. She says at the top of the stairs, you make a right, and then you make a left, and it's the first room on the left.
Yes, ma'am, I got it. No problem.
So you go up there now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you go up and you make a... what?
Exactly what she said.
Very good. All right, and you open the door. She doesn't even hand you a key. It's just open. You don't even know how you're going to get in and out, but it doesn't even occur to you to ask her for a key. You have to figure out some way. You've never lived in a locked room in your life, so you don't even know.
That's correct. So I'm just going to go up there and going to make sure that Jenny's okay. I'm going to hide her.
Just
What was your room
DM
number again?
DM Qyjari so that she knows where Jenny is.
Absolutely. That's right.
Okay, what are the rest of you gonna do? All right, well, you came back down the stairs and you're gonna leave now?
Once I get all, I guess, quote, settled up in there and get Jenny offloaded, I'm going to come back down the stairs, and I'm not sure where my brothers are at, but I'm assuming they're downstairs still looking like idiots with drooling, because that's what I was doing. I'm going to just say, hey, brothers, I'm going to go look around the town, and then tomorrow we're going to go see our dad.
Okay, so we should split up. That sounds smart.
We're in a town. What could go wrong?
Where you want to go?
Well, I have to see a jeweler. I want to see the town jeweler.
Okay.
And I'd like to visit the squalid area of this town too. Maybe hand out some food to the poor kids.
Okay. All right. Well, you're kind of in it. That area of no man's land at the base of the cliff is pretty much the squalid area with little hovels built inside that cliffside where the just like the Green Goblin Inn is located.
Well, first I'm going to go to the nicer part of town and look for a fine jeweler.
Okay, so you guys are really gonna split up. I love you guys.
Are we going to split up?
I mean, we can go to a jeweler. I've never been to one.
You know what?
You guys can come with me if
Buford,
you want.
Beaufort, listen,
Yes, sir?
I got this necklace I got from Lieutenant Danny, and it's got this gold thing on it, and it's got a little brown type of gem in it, and I don't know what it is, but it was a very good present from her, and you know what? Maybe they could tell me what it is. Lieutenant Danny didn't say anything.
Yeah. I have this weird purple gem. I want to know what it is. Maybe somebody has a clue.
Okay. So you're just gonna wander around town?
Yeah, and Ukokta, if you want to come with me, maybe we can talk about starting a band or something. I like the way you sang.
Well, if I go, I do want to stop at someplace I can buy some more spices. I want some hot spices, some spicy things, and maybe
I definitely want to come with that.
Hey, brother, just to want to let you know that on my way here to the Green Goblin, I must have passed about 2 places that were selling spices. If you go down about 3 blocks and then turn left and then turn left again and then go about another block and then turn right, and then there's one right there. And then if you go another 2 blocks past that one, for some reason, there's another one right there on the right. I just remember that. I don't know why.
He might be right. You don't know. Of course, you may not remember what he just said.
My brothers are geniuses.
Okay, so you're not staying at the Green Goblin Inn right now. You're gonna all leave together.
Ma'am, what time is it?
It is. I would say it's mid-afternoon. You came in and you had your chicken and your fruit. You went down to the. You only spent about an hour or so in the cellar, and now you're back up again. It's about 3 or 4 o'clock, so mid-afternoon, early evening.
I just want to spend a couple of hours and then maybe get back to my room before dark, because Jenny gets a little scared at dark.
Okay, all right. So, do you want to guide them to this spice place that you saw, or what do you want to do?
Yes, ma'am, I know exactly where it's at.
Okay, all right. So, do you guys follow him?
I sure.
Okay. Okay.
I follow him to spice. That sounds good.
Awesome. All right. So the 4 of you make quite a crew walking through the streets of Ravenscroft. Let me go ahead and pull the map up so our audience can follow.
We have a map?
along. There's a map.
We got a map.
There's a map. Oops, that's not it. There it is. All right. So the Green Goblin Inn is at number, is it 13? I can't see that small.
11.
11. It's in sort of just very south of 3, because I can see 3. I can't see it, so small on my computer. Right against that cliffside, sort of between the farming slash residential district and the military district. And that whole strip, all to the north and south area, is kind of made up of goblinkin. Mostly refugees, people who just wanted to get away from any kind of persecution. They've heard Ravenscroft tends to let anybody in and accepts them and lets them become members of their community if they can pull their weight. And so the Green Goblin Inn is definitely one of the more advanced buildings or businesses in that whole strip, but you do see a couple little shops. There might be a spice shop, but I think even the 4 of you would kind of avoid that, and you would go more toward the way that Daros is heading, which is due west, and he's heading right toward the fairground, number 18, and then he's going to head southwest of there toward number. I gotta remember my map. I need my notes.
Again, we have a map. All right.
Map. Scroll. All right, so you're heading toward number 20, which is Calliope's Cauldron. There's another one that's close by that is number... I gotta find it. There's a lot on this map. Who the heck built this map?
Good grief.
I know, right? Number 13, which is Sparrow's Seasonings.
Yes, I remember that now.
But first, you would get to Calliope's Cauldron at 20. So it would be on the way there, just like the directions that Daros had. He does remember exactly where it is. So you go to... His name is Tavern Owner. Hey, I actually had Calliope's Cauldron written, okay? Scroll. All right, so you all arrive after going through town. By the way, it is overcast. And the sky isn't dark, but it's overcast, and you kind of get that little whiff of coolness and a breeze and rain in the forecast. Those of you, especially Daros, who live outside, Beaufort, who lives on the street, the goblin, who is sort of lives in a tropical area, gets the scent of the rain. Ukogna, you don't like that rain. You like to be around fire. But that sense, that smell that you get right before it rains, you can feel it in the air. It's sort of moist and thick, and it looks like it's getting darker. So just to let you know what the weather is like as you head toward Calliope's Cauldron. As you approach, you see the building is very dark. It's one of the darkest buildings there. It's not quite black, but it's a very, very dark brown wood building with a sloped roof, and there's no door on it at all. It is just an opening, a rounded opening. And the windows are actually kind of rounded also. And as you step in, the interior is very dark, but there's faintly little glowing, I want to say, almost like runes, but like almost like the walls have tattoos that are kind of glowing. You get a mystical feel about the place. So the four of you walk in?
Yes, ma'am, we do.
The whole
What
build.
does the walls say?
It doesn't actually say anything, even.
Oh no, that was a question for my friends because I don't read.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
On the outside of the door, though, you did see a large black cauldron and 2 C's on that sign. The letter C. In human. In common.
I'm going to hang out outside while they go in.
Okay. All right.
And just kind of watch the people and the activity.
Standing outside, you can still smell the scent of rain that's about to come, you can tell. But also wafting out this round portal-like door is the scent of heavy mustiness of a mix of spices and teas and incense, and it almost makes you a little lightheaded.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
That would.
Hey, Chief.
It's like walking into a Kirkland's.
Exactly. There you go. It's like that. So Daros and Glaton and Ukokna, you hear a clicking sound coming from the back. There's a small curtained area toward the back, another round portal area, but this one's covered by a dark black curtain with those same aquamarine looking glowing sort of like I said, tattoos, but not really, on the curtain. It's so weird. It's almost like they're not there, but then the light catches it and they are there. And you hear clicking noises, like footsteps across the floor, but claws.
There must be more rats in here. We gotta take them out. I'm gonna say out loud, "Hello, is anybody here?"
And you hear a hushed whisper coming from behind that curtain that says, "Yes, I'm here. I'll be right out."
Okay, man, we'll just wait here then for you.
Shh. I think we're supposed to be sneaky right now. They were whispering.
I don't
Why
want
are we
to be
whispering?
sneaky. I'm just gonna yell out, "Hey, I'm looking for some spices."
And then
Barbecue.
at that, the curtain separates, and from behind the curtain, you see about the size of Ukokna, a large bird person. An Aarakocra. You don't know that, but they're an Aarakocra coming out. They have all black plumage with piercing turquoise colored eyes and these woads underneath her eyes that have that same glowy effect. Around her neck, as a pendant, is a bright pink crystal. She approaches you. She says, "Can I help you?" And as she's asking you that, her head's darting around.
Yes, ma'am. My friends here are looking for some stuff they want to cook with. So if you could just help them, I'm just going to look around. Don't mind me none. Thank you very much.
And she nods, and she's looking at you, but she's also looking behind you and around you. Her head does not want to seem to stay in the same place. And she says, "Are you here for your reading?" "I read tea leaves. Are you here for your reading?"
No, ma'am. We're not here for our readings, but thank you anyway. We're just here for some spices for my friends.
And she
Wait.
And she says,
"What did you say?"
"That's disappointing. Every afternoon, I read the tea leaves."
Hey, I like it when my mother reads to me. Do you want to read for me?
Her eyes dart from Daros to Kokna, and then back over and out the door, and back out the door and out a window. Like I said, she does not want to keep focus on any one person as she's speaking. She says, "Every afternoon I read the tea leaves. I will read them for you. Only 3 copper. Doesn't include the tea."
Is it like a picture book?
Yes.
With heroes and barbecues?
Well, we'll have to see what the tea says.
I like tea. I like tea a lot, actually.
You do. And
Yes,
she turns to Ukokna and says, "And you like spice?"
Oh, yes. I like spices.
"Do you spice?" "Yes." "Okay. Let's get started." And she pulls over a table and sets some stools around it. And she sets the tea pot on a little burner in the back, and it starts to get hot. And she very deftly, for a large bird person,
with no opposable thumbs, got it.
Yeah, she's able to very deftly set this tea table with a proper porcelain cup and saucer, and pours the tea, and immediately, Daros, do a perception check.
Okay. Oh, wow. 18.
You smell Moganja tea brewing.
I know what that is. That's very familiar to me. Excuse me, ma'am, do you have the Moganja tea?
You want your tea leaves red, right?
I don't know if I want them red. I like to drink them. I don't know if I want them red.
Oh, we drink.
Oh, we drink the tea then. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I do want to drink some tea.
5 copper pieces.
You said 3 earlier.
2 to read. I mean, 2.
Yeah.
I've gotten into the Moganja. 3 for the readings, 2 for the tea.
Well, yes, ma'am. I can do that because you've got Moganja. Now, where did you get the Moganja tea leaves? Did you get them from the Moganja forest?
I got them from Moganja trees. Yes, indeed, I did.
That's fantastic because that's where I come from. How did you know that I have those tea leaves with me too?
Do you? And she sets to pouring everyone some tea. Now, Glaton, roll a perception check.
I like the head shake.
6.
You smell some tea brewing. And Ukokna, do a perception check.
18.
18. Your tea smells like the rain. So you're not sure about this. Because it smells like something that you don't think you would care for. However, some other scent catches your eye, and you look over on one of the shelves in this shop.
Excuse me. How does a scent catch his eye?
Magically. Shut up.
Gotcha. Just making sure.
A jar on the shelf catches his eye.
Gotcha.
And it's a jar full of what he recognizes as jerk seasoning.
Yes.
Yes.
Jerk seasoning in the eye hurts.
It does. It does. Yeah, you know that.
It stings a bit.
So you all sit down, and she tells you to drink your tea after she's collected your 5 copper pieces each.
I better start distracting that, huh?
So you drink your tea. It's warm. It's not boiling, and it's not too hot. And you drink it, and she cautions you to make sure that you leave a little bit in the bottom of the cup, which is hard for you, Daros, because when you drink Moganja tea, you drink all of it.
Yes, ma'am, I do. I don't leave anything left.
Right. But now she instructs you to take the cup by the handle in your left hand. And then ask it a question, but don't tell anyone what that question is. And then, when you've asked yourself that question, swirl your cup 3 times in a counterclockwise direction.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, do you swirl it in a clockwise or counterclockwise direction?
I swirl it exactly the way she tells me.
Does he
Which
know what a
direction
clock
is counterclockwise again?
You swirl it. Now she tells you to invert your cup over the saucer and wait just a few minutes while the rest of the liquid drains out. So do you all do that?
Yes, ma'am, we do.
Okay.
Well, I do.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm wasting my Moganja tea, but...
You're a little disappointed. So then after a little while...
To read a sundial, I don't know which way that goes, but I just copy him.
Okay. Excellent. So you swirled and then you inverted it, and now you're waiting, and then you write it again, and now you're all holding your teacups, and you're looking inside at the dried tea. Daros, what do you see in your tea? What shapes? What's the largest shape in there?
It looks like a leaf shape.
Okay. She nods. And she says, what else do you see?
Another leaf shape.
And she says, do you see anything else?
Am I supposed to?
Try putting it in your eye.
She takes your cup from you gently. Like I said, for a large bird person, this is extremely gentle. And she looks into it and she says, "Oh, my dear, you will have good fortune." And she hands it back to you. Glaton, what do you see?
And it only cost me 5 copper.
What's the prickly fruit called that pineapple. I see a pineapple.
A pineapple. And she says, "Really?" And she looks inside. "I haven't seen a pineapple in... My goodness, you're right. That is a pineapple. Very good. That means that you will have good fortune."
I thought his...
And then,
okay.
and then she says to Okokna, "And my dear, what do you see in your teacup?"
I see a flame.
Ah, well, that is something special. Do you know what that means, my dear?
I'm going to set fire to stuff.
She chuckles a little, and she says, No, it means you will have good fortune. Now, what can I offer you in my shop? Welcome to Calliope's Cauldron. I specialize in voodoo magic, some wizard and warlock and sorcerer spells, alchemical recipes. Everything here works. And it's cheap. I will even take trade from my wares. And I see you looking at the jerk seasoning. You like jerk seasoning, don't you?
Yes, my mama told me I'd need a lot of it.
I have lots of it. It's only 5 copper pieces per bag. That's about a quarter cup. Do you wish to purchase any?
Yes.
How much do you want to buy?
5 quarter cups. How much is that?
She says that 5 quarter cup, 25, 27 copper pieces. Don't make me math! That's 27 copper pieces.
All right, so I turned to my smart brother, Daryl.
Hey, are we allowed to do that online?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
I turned to Daryl's and I asked him, hey, I got this little pile of coins. Are there 5 copper pieces in there? Some of them don't look like copper, though.
Daros, do you look in the bag?
I look in the bag, and they don't look like shrimp to me, so I don't know what he's talking about. But if they're the same color, if they're the same color as the copper ones that I gave to earlier, I'm gonna say use those.
Okay, so he'll point out the ones that are copper colored in that bag.
You need about 27 of those, I think.
We're getting all mathed up now.
Okay, you need 20 of those, and you need 7 more.
I just hold out my bag of coins
Okay.
to the proprietor and say, is there enough in here?
Okay, now you have to tell me what's in there.
I have a bunch of coins that I got from delivering the cart.
Do you remember
And
how
I've
much
got-
that was we came up with? I'll have to look at your character sheet to know what you actually have. She picks out 3 gold pieces. I think you have a couple of gold in there. At least 3 gold.
Yeah.
All right, she picks out 3 gold and she says, "This will cover it."
I have 10 gold. How's that? But I don't know what gold looks like.
That's right, you don't know. And then she says, "I have this spice also. Would you like to try it?"
Oh, yes.
Okay. She says it's 1 gold piece and the bag is tiny.
What does it taste like?
Do you taste it?
You should try tasting it first before you buy it. That's what I always say. Taste it before you buy it.
I'll ask if I can
I'm
taste
allowed
it.
to.
She says, "Sure, I'll give you a small taste."
So I use my finger and I dip it in the bag.
Okay, you
And
both
then
do
I put it
that?
in my mouth.
Okay. And then she quickly closes the bag after you take your taste. Both of you need to roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
13.
15.
Okay, both of you need to roll 1d8, please.
4.
2.
Okay, the taste on your Gluton, the taste that you pulled out, the color of it was brown. So just remember that. And what did you say, Ukokna?
What does brown taste like?
I was
I
saying,
rolled
it
a
tastes
2.
like brown. I said it was what he tasted. It was the color brown. You rolled a 2.
Gotcha.
I rolled a 2, yes.
All right. The part you tasted was green.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, the green taste. I like the green taste.
The spice was green colored, is what he tasted.
Ah, yes.
All right. You both felt a little bit of a head rush, but you were able to kind of shake it off and concentrate. So she offers you. She's got it sealed now. She's got this 1 gold piece per tiny bag if you'd like a tiny bag of this. She calls it Calliope Super Spice.
I want that.
Okay, it's a gold piece.
Did I like it?
Man, she saw us coming a mile away, guys.
It gave you a little bit of had a little kick to it. Based on what you rolled in the brown, you kind of liked it.
All right. I tell you what. How about this? I'll give you 8 of these shiny silver ones instead. That's better than the 1, right?
She looks at you, and her head. She looks at you, but then again she looks away. She's looking out the door. In fact, she sees the shadow of Beaufort moving around outside, waiting for you guys, and she kind of keeps an eye on him the entire time, but also looking around at other things. And she says, "Oh," she makes a little clacking noise, and she says, "No. 1 gold is not the same as 8 silver." And she kind of cocks her head like,
It's not the same. It's better.
"Do you have trade? I'll take 8 silver and some trade. What else do you have?"
I have a small moldy nut if you'd like to try that.
Can I try one of those too?
Oh, sure.
She pulls her head back. She's never tasted a moldy nut before. Do you present her with one?
I do.
Okay. She takes one and she nibbles on it with her beak a little bit, and she kind of cocks her head and she says, 5 moldy nuts and 8 silver pieces.
That's too much. Sorry. No.
As you wish.
Gold it is. And he'll produce 1 gold piece and give it to her.
She says, "Very good." She says, and you notice, by the way, that her whispering after the tea leaves reading is gone. She's just talking regular in a bird-like manner. Okay, so is there anything else you want to look around there or ask her about or anything?
I have a question for Qyjari. How do I add this to my inventory?
Just put
small bag of weird spice.
Put Calliope's Super Spice. Calliope is Calliope. And I have my notes here for you. But make sure that you remember green.
Brown.
Oh, brown. Ukokna head green. Okay. Chicken lady from Kids in the Hall. Hey, Dell.
Hey, Dell. What's up, buddy?
Okay. So you don't know exactly what happened with that, but you now each have a tiny bag of Calliope Super Spice. It kind of gave you a little bit of a head rush, but you kind of shook it off and you're fine now. Also, you have, Ukokna, you have 5 1/4 quarter cups of jerk seasoning. Yeah.
So I'm gonna, Daros is gonna look at her and say, where did you get your Moganja tea leaves? Because I'm really interested why you have them.
And she clicks, and she says, to the east.
Well, that's where I'm from.
You're from the west.
I know. Do they have them in the east as well as the west? We must be on a round planet.
She just...
The planet is shaped like a moldy nut.
Yeah, there you go. And she's looking outside. Does your friend want his tea leaves read?
Pretty sure he doesn't drink tea.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he's
All
having
right.
good fortune too. I'm gonna go. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so you all leave Calliope's cauldron, and where would you like to go next?
We're gonna go to the jeweler, like Beaufort wanted to go to. We're gonna go there. I remember that one. That's actually about 3 blocks down to the left, and then we have to make a right, and then we have to go down about 2 more blocks, and then it's gonna be on the left.
You're basically going to. You're basically going to the not Sparrow Seasonings. You're going to the Ancient Compass, which is number 4 on the map.
Okay.
That's right. That's what I said. Number 4.
Daryl, is that to the east or the west?
Yes, it is. Depends on how you look at the map. But I remember it distinctly.
Yep. All right, so you head to the Ancient Compass, where I think one of you was there before. Who was there before? Getting directions?
Pretty sure I was there because I remember it.
You do remember it, yes. And you'll run into Agnes again.
I think Beaufort knew Agnes.
You did?
Maybe not. Maybe I think of something else.
Yeah, Beaufort's other character remembers Agnes.
We all remember Agnes, don't we?
I think Beaufort married Agnes.
Yes, he did.
Okay, and so you head to the Ancient Compass, and you ask about what?
I just kind of pulled asked the jeweler. I say, I have this weird jewel in this vial. I don't know what it is.
Okay, so Agnes.
And I'm wondering if you can help me out.
Agnes hears the word jeweler, and realizes there's no jeweler in town. Not one that specializes in jewels per se. But since she kind of does a little bit of everything as far as trade. Remember, she's a weapon itemery.
Right. Have you ever seen anything like this?
So she takes out her spyglass, and she makes a show out of looking at it carefully through, and she says, "How did it get in here? How did it get inside?"
That's my question. I was hoping you could answer that.
Dragonkin family.
Thank you, Raynick. She says, "I don't know how it got in here." She says, "That's a pretty rock. It's a pretty rock you got in there."
Oh no. Raynick just subscribed. That means he's going to kill me. Hey, Raynick, how you doing?
To get to it?
She says, I don't know. Did you find it like this?
It was in what was a boo-boo potion that was given to me that helped heal my arm.
She barely
and
contains
liquid was around it.
She barely contains her laughter. Oh, that's right. I just noticed you were wearing a Scars of Fate shirt.
Hey, you see that? What?
I think Mirror drew that. I'm sorry, Lorena. Whoops, my bad. She says a boo-boo potion. She kind of almost has to bite her tongue not to laugh out loud. She turns her head. She says, "You mean a healing potion?"
Well, yeah, like you get a boo-boo sometimes.
And this was inside of it?
And this was, after I drank it, this was stuck in the vial.
Maybe it was a flavoring or something. Maybe it was a special flavoring for the potion. I don't know.
Yeah, what color was your potion?
It was red.
I got some red potions, but they didn't make me feel good. I drank them until I got sick.
Oh, wow. I drank one and it did wonders.
She says she's never heard of anything like that happening before. Probably the alchemist who put it in there
meant for it to be in there, or
put it in there and whatever was in there caused it to grow, and then he couldn't get it back out again.
Ooh, a growing gem.
It was a growing gem.
Well, thank you for your time.
She's just guessing.
I'm going to give you a silver piece for your information.
Oh, well, thank you, young man.
You're very welcome.
And she asks if you need anything else. She says, I'm actually out of boo-boo potions right now, but do you need anything else? I've got some other items here if you're interested.
Do you have any mule armor?
Again, she's biting the inside of her lips, not to laugh at your face. She says, "No, young man. You might want to check with a smith. No one here puts armor on their mules, son."
Well, I'm not from here.
I can see that.
What
but you just have a. What, I'm sorry.
Armor for. What about sort of armor for a horse, but you just make it a bit smaller?
Well.
Yeah, that.
There are people around the town. I sell the items, but I'm not a smithy or a leather worker. You might maybe you could find someone like that who does something, but it would probably cost you a pretty penny. Most of the resources that we have are going toward the second battle for the Obsidian Wilds going on right now up to the north.
Oh,
I've got a really pretty penny. It's a copper piece. It's got this little picture in it. It's pretty. Would that work?
There's a fight going on. Hold on a second. There's a fight going on up north.
Yes, surely you've heard, and actually, Daros, you have, because Jenny, you're not your squirrel.
My squirrel knows everything. The squirrel knows. By the way, write that down. Somebody write that down. The squirrel knows.
The squirrel knows. Lieutenant Danny would have told you all about that, because that's where that ship was heading. That you came over from Direbrook to Ravenscroft. As soon as they dropped you off and other supplies and other things were done. In fact, that's where, well, you don't know this, but that's where Corvus Blackwing got onto that ship to head over to Amethyst, Port Amethyst, because of the battle going on for important business. But as soon as they picked him up and dropped you off and exchanged supplies and got more supplies, they headed north. So Lieutenant Danny would have known all about that, and she probably would have, since you were friends on the ship, would have told you about that battle. So yes, you knew about the Obsidian Wilds.
Yes. Also, I would like to. We're in the same place with Jamie. With Tranquil.
Yes.
My apologies.
Beaufort.
Beaufort.
They know him as Jamie. It's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So I've got this brown. A gem-looking thing and a gold thing. I want to ask them.
Okay.
What this is? I show a little necklace that I've got. I'm like, my friend gave me this, and I don't know what it is.
And it's the same response, basically, that she gave to Beaufort, is that she's not a jeweler per se, and there really isn't one in town. But she says it looks pretty. It's a nice pendant. Is this your sweetheart that gave this to you?
No, ma'am. No, it wasn't. It was just a friend. It was just a friend. She was the captain of a ship I was on.
Lieutenant. Okay, so she says, well, that was a nice gift. A nice keepsake.
Thank you.
I don't know what it does though.
That's all right.
Maybe you could find someone who can do one of those hand waving things at them to see if they can tell what it is.
Oh, wait. So, if someone had the ability to do a spell, because I do spells every once in a while that could detect magic, then I could detect magic on things, right?
Certainly. I don't know how all that flibbertigibbet works.
That should be good. I got a little. I'm gonna do something when I get back to my room.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone need any weapons or armor items? I have a few things left.
I do. I want to ask. I've got a funny little rock that changes color based on who holds it or where I drop it.
All of you bringing me rocks. What?
Wait a second. I got this blanket I wear around my shoulders that somebody gave me.
Ah, that's a nice cloak.
Yeah, it's a blanket. They told me it was a blanket to put around my shoulders to keep me warm.
Oh well, it's a cloak actually. A cloak is sort of like a blanket you wear around your shoulders like that.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Welcome. I'd keep that if I were you. That'll help you down the road.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
It's warm, really. Like too warm because I'm furry.
Well, you might need it out. And she glances outside the window. She says, "You might need it later. It looks like the sky's about to fall."
Why? Oh my God! Why is the sky falling?
Is that a thing that can happen?
Well.
Is that
Look what
the skies
cat's
fall?
dragged in.
No, and she realizes what she said, and she goes, I'm sorry. I meant it's about to rain, and you might get wet, and the blanket will help you stay drier in the rain."
Oh, okay, good.
That's what I meant.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Do
what
you
I meant.
sell other things that keep you dry in the rain?
I have cloaks like that, certainly.
How much are they?
Well, they're started about 50 gold. Do you have 50 gold pieces?
Oh! No thanks. I will get wet.
Oh, okay.
Are you saying my cloak is worth 50 gold?
Well, I don't know the properties of that cloak. I'm not one of those hand wavers. But I'd keep an eye on that cloak.
Yes, ma'am, I will do that. It was a nice gift from a farmer. By the way, let me show you what he gave me. He gave me this whole bag of yellow pops that I like to make on a fire. Yes, ma'am, and they are great. Would you like to have some yellow pops?
No, thank you.
Okay, then. But they're great. They're delicious, especially after dinner.
Okay. She says, all right, okay, you all look like you're in a big rush to get somewhere else, so I won't keep you.
Yes, ma'am, you've been very helpful. We're gonna go on our way. Thank you so much.
Okay. Now where would you guys like to go?
What am I going to do with my fancy rock? Oh, never mind. I want to look for a nice picture book. Something that will help me learn more magery and warlocking and maybe how to cook some fancy meals out of some monsters that we run into.
Okay. Well, you can wander around town some more. It's just starting to sprinkle. It's just starting to have a light misty rain come down on you now.
Hey, brother and Joe, Ukukna, I know exactly where you need to go to if you want to learn that.
Oh, you do?
I do. You have to go across town.
Glotone has a book too?
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's my book, but from Hestia. If you'd like to, we can share. It's got no words in it. It's just got pictures of us making cookies and other things.
He got cookies.
Daryl, do you know a place where we can buy more books like this? This is awesome.
Yes, sir, I do. I passed it on the way over here. It's about 4 blocks down, and then we have to go all the way across town, and then we actually have to see this. There's like this little square, and there were people dancing. It was fun, and then we have to go around that, and then it's around the corner, and then I'll take you right there. It'd be fine.
Okay, and eventually you wind up at the Tome Treader, which is a bookstore.
It's called a what now? Because your internet caused a big old glitch right there.
It's called the Tome Treader.
The Tome Treader. That's what it was. I remember that now. A Tome Treader.
It's a bookstore?
Yes, I saw that.
Yes.
My mama told me never start a fire in a bookstore.
Yes, ma'am. And yes, sir, that's correct. You don't want to cause a fire in there because that would be bad.
I was expecting sort of like a temple or something, but this is just like a shop.
That's a shop. Now, if you're looking for a temple, maybe Daros might have seen the very tall, dark, obsidian-colored tower in an area called the Arcane District.
Absolutely. That's south of here, probably about 4 blocks down, and then you have to go across this bridge, and then you have to go over another bridge, and then you have to talk to this fella. He was kind of shady, but he really knew what he was talking about. And then we went across another bridge, then under a tunnel, if I remember correctly, and then over 2 streets, and then to the left, and it was right there.
Are there really that many rivers in the city?
He's probably got his rivers, streets, and a lot of other things mixed up. But
streams of urine.
But he actually gets you to to that tower, and it is the light of the moon, and it is where the Onyx Order meets. And the Onyx Order is, you've heard the word around the city that's what that is. That building is sort of the arcane district. So do you go to the light of the moon?
And why isn't there a song playing right now, Buford? By the light of the moon.
Is an onyx like an ox?
No, sir. No, sir. It's like a black little rock.
Oh, I can't eat that.
No, sir. You can't eat black rocks. You don't want to eat black rocks. They're bad for you. It takes a while for them to come out. Trust me.
Let's go there and see if they have any nice picture books.
Beaufort's gonna change course and tell them I'm gonna retire back to the Green Goblin and check on dog food and make sure he's hunkered down for a storm, and see if I can bring him inside for if they have like an indoor barn. But then I say I'll see you back at the rooms, guys.
Okay, and remember, Daryl's bought a room already.
Yes, I got a room.
Right. I'll be there.
Okay. We'll
I'll
see
be
you there then. You know what? I could probably go back to my room too, just check on Jenny because she's been alone for a few hours, and I want to make sure she's safe.
Yeah, I want to make sure dog food's safe. And
yeah, make sure she gets fed. Nice.
Hey.
Okay, so Daros and Beaufort head back to the Green Goblin Inn, and Glaton and Ukokna head to the Light of the Moon, which after you got directions from Daros, you do see that dark tower. It is an exquisite structure, and it's made with the dark obsidian netherstone, which you guys haven't come across yet. It's like a marble, but it's heavier and deeper and doesn't have the as many veins in it. You can kind of walk right in to the courtyard, and there is a large black door in the side of it, sort of rounded, double door.
Double door.
You're back at the inn.
All right, sorry.
Are we gonna do a 5-minute break tonight, or is
No, I said we weren't gonna do a break simply because of
Okay.
of our delay at the beginning. But if you need to go, since you're back at the inn, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just be right back.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the outhouse.
Okay. Okay. So
You know what? So is Daros.
Okay. Nice.
Do we see any place that would have any sort of like really holy books, lots of pictures of food?
Who are you asking?
Oh, Qyjari, the DM.
Are there any people?
Voice.
Are there any people in that tower?
Disembodied voice. Well, you're at the front door of the tower. You're basically at the front door of this establishment, and I'm just letting you decide what you want to do.
So, do we knock or just walk in?
I knock.
All right. So as Glaton reaches out and gives it one knock, Ukokna's already swinging the door open. It opens right away, and you're in this large narthex. It has a spiral staircase leading upward. If you continue forward, there's an archway into a large gathering room, sort of like a meeting room, and then other rooms off to the right and left. And as soon as the door opens, something must have triggered a bell or summons from something, and you hear a cough, a discreet cough coming from your left. And you see a very old elf, and elves can get very old, so he must be ready to be pensioned off. Who comes over to you, and he's got a slight limp but is still very strong, and he asks if he can help you.
Yes, if you have any sort of like holy scriptures, specifically sort of picture-based cookbooks, we would both very much appreciate it.
You had his attention at holy books immediately. But then when you said picture books and cookbooks, he was a little concerned, a little confused. He said, we certainly have holy books, as this is home to the Onyx Order, as you might know. And he now looks a little confused, like maybe you don't know. He says, we are here to help all of the clerics and paladins, important people of the cloth with their needs.
I'm one of those things.
Excellent. He says, what can I help you with?
I mean, picture books of cookbooks, and maybe you can help. I can't really explain it right.
I think I would like a book on barbecue, especially recipes with jerk seasoning.
We don't have cookbooks here. Just holy books for clerics and paladins. It's like he feels like he has to explain to you again that that's what this is. I'm sure you could find cookbooks at the local bookstores. I believe there's one called the Tome Treader just on the west side of the city. If you'd like to go there, he kind of trails off, not really sure what to say.
Well, I am a warlock, and I've been studying warlocking and magery for a long time, since I was 5, actually. So, does that get me any cookbooks?
Again, there might be cookbooks at the bookstore. We have no cookbooks here. He's trying to be as polite as possible, and he doesn't have any cookbooks, but he sees that you're a little confused, so he's trying to help you get.
Well, here, let me show you. I pull out my Hestia's cookbook. Hey, see, this is what I learned from. I became a paladin by studying the teachings of butter and salt and heat and all that.
He looks at your cookbook and he nods and he says, I see. Okay. You and we need to meet.
All right. I thought I had. My name is Glatone. My apologies.
Yes.
This is Ukokna.
Cyrus Godric. I meant we need to meet so that you can meet Eliwick Lily. She is the we're gonna find her title. Hang on. What the heck is she? She's the High Chancellor. She's the High Chancellor of the Onyx Order. And she is not in right now. However, can you come back this evening? Say 10 o'clock? She'll be back, and I think she would be interested in meeting with you.
I can try. It's gonna rain, so I'll just get wet. That's fine.
Oh, yes. I think it would be important for you to do so.
Ukokna, do you want to stay with me or just scamper off back to the inn?
I think I'll stay with you. I don't think this guy is very smart. He said meet 3 times, and I was starting to get hungry again.
And Cyrus looks really confused, and he says, "But the books, the barbecue books are the cookbook down at the." And he just kind of shakes his head as you guys leave, and kind of closes the door behind you, and you hear a small click on the other side.
Where do I have to go to find a good book on barbecuing better?
Let's go ahead back to that Treader place. Trevor probably has some stuff for us.
Okay, do you go looking for it?
Sure, why not?
He said it was on the west side of the city. So roll a perception check.
I'll try to keep an eye on the big black tower-shaped thing so that I can remember what I'm going back to.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
I rolled a 7, so I'll follow my brother.
Okay. He's got no idea where he's going.
I'm staring fixedly at a big black object.
So he circles the onyx order several times before it becomes your tummies are grumbling and it must be time to eat your supper.
You think that we could just sort of make a small fire for the purposes, strictly speaking, of cooking some of them rats? Because I'm getting a bit hungry. I gotta stay here until a bit past now, and I know you have some fire interests. Maybe we could just do something sort of small, just the rats.
Okay. Go ahead, Okogna. What do you do?
Well, we've got 2 rats, and I've got them in my sack. So we're outside. That's good because we're not in a place where there are books.
It's raining a little bit harder now.
It's okay. I'll use burning hands.
I mean, we could always go underneath, you know, just a roof, not necessarily a structure, to get a little bit of cover from the rain.
Should we move? Okay. Is there a nice place that we can hide from the rain? Because I don't like rain, because rain is cold and wet, and I don't like taking a bath.
I mean, by now, a lot of the stores in this district, you're in the commercial or trade district, and they're starting to shutter and close. And you see 2 guards walking toward you, and their job is to literally kind of clear the commercial district. And one of them asks you where you young men need to be tonight.
Well, I'm supposed to be going back to that big black tower thing. Lily wanted to talk to me, I think.
Oh,
or something.
Yes. Okay. What time were you supposed to meet her?
We meet in the evening, don't we?
It started. It was late. What's the one after 9?
10.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, that's 4 hours from now, son. Why don't you head back home and then come back?
Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah. Where would you think I would stay?
He looks you up and down and he says, "You're probably at the Green Goblin Inn, son."
That's right. Where's that?
Oh, yeah. That's where we're at.
He heads due east. He says, "Just follow this road." I'm looking at the map and it's like, you guys are never going to get there. Go south and then go west through the bazaar grounds. And then go you see the cliffside, and he points to the cliffside.
Yes, that's right. It was
At
in
the
the
bottom
middle
of the cliff.
I
Yeah.
remember the cliff. I
Yeah.
almost fell. That was right.
Yeah. So
Beaufort, I should have never left them, really. I should have never left them.
Yeah, do you think they're going to make it back?
I don't think so.
All right, Glothan. Let's see if we can go find our supper.
all right.
All right.
All right. So we'll say, for the sake of brevity, looking at you, Mercer, that we're going to get you guys back eventually to the Green Goblin Inn. And you find Luli sends you upstairs after your supper of, it's amazingly good rat stew. And it has these awesome carrots and potatoes and onions that were cut precisely and perfectly seasoned inside this stew. So for rat stew, You lucked out.
Good job, Gloton. Let's fist bump.
Yeah. No, you're down. Never mind. You're down, he's up. Okay. So you're back at the Green Goblin Inn and having your rat stew, sitting at the table in the dining area with all 4 of you. What would you like to do?
I mentioned how cute Frisia's freckles are.
She giggles.
And I
I didn't mention it to her.
Maybe I'll play you a song later.
Shoot, what'd you say?
Maybe I could play you a song later.
She giggles again. She says, "Oh,
What?
go on."
Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, all right then. She says, "Let's hear one."
Well, not now. Maybe we can do one alone somewhere.
Oh! Oh!
She giggles. She says, "Oh no, no,
Oh.
no."
All right.
So what are the?
I can actually ask Daryl if he wants to invite Jenny down for supper.
No, she's fine. She's sleeping right now. Shh. But you know what I got? You know what I'm going to do for you right now? I'm going to cast a spell for you. It's called Goodberry, and you're going to like it. So I cast a spell, and I create 10 little berries in my hand. And I hand 2 to everybody, but I keep 4 just because of math.
Okay. All right. As you're doing that, Lily doesn't say anything, but she sees you, and it's toward the end of her night, and she's about to close down the tavern part. But she brings over to the table 4 tankards of ale and sets them down in front of each of you. She says, "Well, tomorrow, boys, looks like you're going to meet your father. Are you excited?"
Yes, ma'am, I am, because I have
Very
been
excited.
on my way to see my dad for a long time. I've been on the road, and I've been over bridges and through woods, and I've been seeing things like twin fat people. So I was really excited to see Dad.
She says, "Yes, excellent, and you'll need directions. So I was going to give you some directions as well as some other things that he asked me to do for you. Are you ready?"
You know our dad?
He sent you to me, didn't he?
Well, he said to the Green Goblin Inn. I just didn't know if he knew somebody here.
He said Luli. You're Luli, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She says yes.
Oh my goodness, you're Luli.
She's not remembering this.
Daryl, you're our genius. Can you write it down? You know letters.
I do know letters. And directions.
She gives you a very brief description of him. He's very old. By now, it is pouring outside, and you can hear thunder rumbling in the distance. He is very old, she says. He has gray hair, long gray hair, with these 2 stubborn, he calls them stubborn, russet streaks right at his temple. He is all tousled and unkempt, and he always wears this horrible old green robe that she wishes he would buy something else.
Is it a blanket like Daryl's has?
Exactly. She doesn't know how he stays warm in this old robe. Always wears it. And the ugliest color, green. And she likes most greens. He has beautiful eyes. They're turquoise colored. And she says they sparkle sometimes. He lives in a hut, a hovel really. She says, "I'm surprised he doesn't get himself something nicer or fix it up or something. It's just a small little shack. Leaks and everything. It's cold. She does not understand how he can live where he lives in the cold, but he does.
Where is it?
She says, scroll. Gotta get to my notes. She says it's about a quarter daylight to travel. It's about 3 hours to get there. She says you go out the east gate and travel down Johanna's Way, which is that main road you came in, Beaufort.
Okay.
She says until you see a smaller road heading south. You'll take this road into the Lunar Mist Forest, which Ukokna, you know, is a very, very thick, heavily with a thick canopy and heavy gnarled rooted ground in it.
And it's filled with live food.
Lots of food in there.
A lot of flesh.
Then you'll travel through Shademark, and when the road forks again just after Shademark, it'll be a small trail, a single file, and you'll follow that trail to Old Gal's house. It's more of a hovel, really, she says, a hut. She says, good luck. She does warn you that there's an evil troll that guards the path to his door, and at that point you hear Freesia giggle. But you're not expected until tomorrow. You can travel in the daylight, though it doesn't look like this rain's going to let up, she says. He doesn't expect you at any specific time, just sometime tomorrow. And she gives all of you, to the party, 2 potions, 2 bottles. One has an orange flickering liquid that kind of smokes at the top, and one is a clear liquid. And as she's holding it out to you, she's swirling it. And as she swirls it, it seems to turn a variety of colors, even in the dull lamplight of the Green Goblin Inn. Looks like it could be red, or black, or blue. There it is, yellow, or purple. Seems to change colors. Then she tells them, lastly, she says, you should bring a gift, or some kind of offering. Old Gal likes shinies, goose eggs, tea leaves, especially amaranth or moganja, and jerk seasoning. And that's really all she has to say about that.
I'm going to need more jerk seasoning.
If I don't have to share my tea leaves.
5.5 quarter cups isn't good enough.
I mean, we can probably find some sort of goose eggs. That shouldn't be too bad.
She says he likes goose eggs for breakfast. Often he'll fry them up and put some seasoning on there. That's his favorite meal.
What do these little liquids do?
She says, I don't know. I'm not a one to use them. She says, he just told me to give them to you. Said you might need them.
All right.
I'm gonna ask Freesia, hey, what do you know about this troll? Why was that funny?
She just giggled again. She kind of looks at Luli and giggles.
Is that your boyfriend?
She giggles again. She giggles again.
But you do have a boyfriend.
She giggles and says yes. She nods her head. Her freckles are getting more vibrant on her face, and she's getting a little bit of a flush. And she quickly clears another table and dashes into the kitchen. You've made her a little flustered.
I have that control.
Do an insight check.
6.
She just looks flustered. Woo! She looks really flustered.
So I tell Beaufort that I have still 2 rats in a sack. Let's go in the kitchen and I'll dress up the rats, right? And then you can talk with her.
Okay. You think that'll work?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
At least the rats will be cleaned.
Yeah. All right, you first.
All right, so I walk in the kitchen and I see a nice clean table and I take out my 2 daggers, and I dual wield on these rats.
Nice. They're just regular cellar rats. But okay. Why don't you do a dexterity check? Oh, no, do an animal handling check. Haven't used that
14.
one yet.
14.
Are we all
14?
together?
No, they Beaufort and Ukokna went into the kitchen. 14?
Wow.
All right, well, you definitely cut its tail off and cleanly lopped off its head, and now you are scaling it and getting the little hairs off the back of it. Scaling it? You're de-hairing it.
Yes, definitely scaling.
Skinning it.
Rat.
Skinning it.
Skinning.
Sure.
Fish rat, whatever.
Freesia gives a little bit of a squeal, and doesn't like the sight of that, so she leaves the kitchen, and she actually passes Beaufort as he comes in through the swinging door.
He says, "How you doing?"
So now
What you gonna do, Beaufort?
Now you're in the kitchen with Ukokna, watching him skin a rat.
Yeah, I'm just gonna help him skin some rats. I don't think she likes me.
Try to cover for a little bit of
Really?
awkwardness.
What gave you that clue?
Okay.
Roll an intelligence check. Oh wait, never mind.
Okay. What would the rest of you like to do? You have a 10 o'clock appointment tonight, and it is now about 9-ish.
Well, if anyone would like to come with me, Daros, you seem sort of knowledgeable about how to get places. That might be helpful.
Yes,
Would you
sir.
like to take a walk
I know
around
this
the
whole town. Yes, sir.
Well, I got invited to the it's a big black tower. I forget what it was called. Onyx something.
Yes, sir. That's about 4 blocks down as you cross over that bridge, and then
it's just one ear out the other. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah. But would you like to come with me? We could bring the guys. It'd be sort of a play date, and I might not get killed.
Well, absolutely. If we could all go. I think that's a good idea.
To talk to everyone.
Well, when they get back from the kitchen doing whatever they're doing, I think we should do that.
Okay, cool.
Okay, awesome. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Because I'm going to make sure that Jenny is in the room by herself and make sure that I'm always with Ukokna.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for everything. We've got 5 minutes, but let's raid We Are Nerdsmith and get ready for that. And we are going to meet next week, of course, but then the week after that is Thanksgiving, and we will not be weeking?
Yeah.
We will not be meeting. However, Rylan, we owe you something from the Wild Magic, and we will do that the first combat. So I have not forgotten, and thank you so much for the $20, 22,000 bits, because that'll go directly to the Heifer International, and I really appreciate it. And that gets us really close to our first goal. We didn't quite hit the 100, but with only 2 streams, that's okay. I didn't expect much, and not as much as we made last year. But I said that any bits I got for the entire month of November, I would donate to the Heifer International. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just send them $100 on behalf of Qyjari's Curious Crafts and all of you, my wonderful viewers. And then whatever I make between now and the end of the month, I'll just count it toward that. So we will make our $100. And thank you guys so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. Rylan, I owe you some giveaways, and I haven't forgotten. I've just finally got caught up on cleaning everything and organizing and getting my packing stuff going, so that's good. We didn't take a break tonight, so that's why another reason why we're leaving a little bit early. Some of us have to pee. But let's get ready to raid We Are Nerdsmith. How are you guys? You guys did awesome tonight. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. I had a great time tonight.
I'm glad.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you guys had a chance
Thank
to
you so much for
chatting.
thank you so much for supporting Heifer so much. That's awesome.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I wish I could have done more, but it's not within my budget right now. But I will find a way, and we will make it happen. And I appreciate all of my subscribers, so all that subscription money will go into the fund. Anything that comes in this month, I'll put in there. And if it goes over, that's even better. That's even better. All right, so let's do We Are Nerds raid. We Are Nerdsmith, right?
Let's do it. Let's get over
It's
there.
the shenanigans. Don't forget the Mimsy Dab.
Mimsy Dab. Don't forget, next week you can still direct us what we're going to do.
That's right. The bits will not change through the whole. Yeah, the whole.
Yes.
That'll
We're
stay for the
dabbing.
whole campaign. So, and don't worry, we definitely will get to Ryland's wild magic chart because that's going to be.
Oh my God! And
hysterical.
next week my beard's gonna be longer.
That's going to be great. You guys, I haven't shown you this. I'll show you the map real quick. Okay, hang on 1 second. Oh, I can't put it there.
Oh, that's weird.
I know. Sorry. I forgot I can't put anything on the screen. Check.
Oh,
I know.
that was
All right,
crazy.
just stop. All right. So there's the.
I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to change my sign, which apparently is
know.
falling behind me.
It is falling down.
Yeah, it's
Look,
very slowly.
You guys want to see the map for next week?
Oh
Once you
my
head to your
God, I had
dad's.
so many notes coming into my room going, "Hey, your sign's falling," and oh, by the way, do this.
I think the thought balloon is right.
You like the thought balloon?
That's
Team
wow.
Daros. Team
That's-
Daros.
There's next week. All right, let's go raid.
That
Those
is
mushrooms
so
look
cool.
delicious.
Those look like Moganja trees. Oh my God.
All right, I'm going
We're
to the
gonna
thank
go.
you screen. So before
It's-
You're
spoilers.
so good at that.
That's
Thanks.
Moganja trees.
All right, you guys. Love you. See you later. Bye, everybody.
Are we muted?
Yes.